These three penny stocks have 10x potential within 12 months and millionaire maker potential. BioNTech penny stocks are the clearest path to 10x gains over a 12-month period. EFFEC2R Therapeutics. This small oncology company offers huge upside potential. Synlogic. Addressing rare diseases is one way to provide 10x returns. Alzamend Neuro. The neurological biopharma firm is a risky bet with big upside. Let's dive in. Here are the three penny stocks that could turn $1,000 into $10,000 in a year. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. Turning $1,000 into $10,000 in a year in the stock market is undoubtedly a lofty goal. Make no bones about it, it's not particularly likely to happen. Indeed, such an endeavor requires a penchant for risk and speculation. Additionally, investors may need to hone their efforts on particular high-growth sectors. One such group of penny stocks with 10x upside potential happens to be found in the biotech space. Penny stocks in the biotech sector can certainly produce massive profits. Of course, these companies also carry very high risk. The question is whether the market believes at a given point in time whether said company's potential products will hit the market. And if they do, what sort of market share such drugs could attain. It's a gamble. That said, these three penny stocks in the biotech and pharma space are worth considering. Number 1. EFFEC2R Therapeutics. EFFEC2R Therapeutics is certainly a prime example of the idea that pioneers in a specific niche can be worth a lot of money down the road. Building something novel and useful has led to riches over and over throughout history. In the case of EFFEC2R Therapeutics, the company's goal is to develop a new class of oncology drugs called selective translation regulator inhibitors. This new class of drugs promises to inhibit the production of proteins that cancer cells utilize, thus preserving cell function. EFFEC2R Therapeutics' lead candidate, tomavosertib, is currently in phase 2 BITS trials for treatment of non-small cell lung cancer. Another drug is being studied in phase 1 and 2 clinical programs, while yet another is partnered with Pfizer in a study on solid tumors. These are some very promising steps. However, investors in EFFEC2R Therapeutics stock still need to rely on specific milestones being hit. That's biopharma investing 101. That which looks promising often never bears out. But when it does, 10x returns over the span of a year are entirely possible. This is the sort of risk-reward bet investors are making with EFFEC2R Therapeutics, as suggested by its consensus analyst target price. Number 2. Synlogic. Synlogic is another biotech company, this time promising to treat diseases with high unmet need. It is a synthetic biology company focused on harnessing the power of artificial molecules and programmed genes to fight disease. In particular, Synlogic is focused on creating a therapeutic for a disorder you may have heard of before, phenylketonuria. It's a disorder in which patients cannot metabolize the amino acid phenylalanine. If that sounds familiar, it's likely because diet soda often contains this amino acid. Warnings on the can may not always be heeded, but the reality is that phenylketonuric consumption can cause a rapid buildup in the blood called phenylketonuria for certain patients. Again, it's a big guessing game as to whether Synlogic skyrockets or not. Analysts appear to believe that such potential is possible, given the average consensus target price for Synlogic stock right now. However, the fact that this company trades at around 54 cents per share at the time of recording highlights the risk of holding this stock right now. Number 3. Alzamend Neuro. Alzamend Neuro is another stock trading below the 55-cent level I think is worth considering. Despite Alzamend Neuro stock holding a current consensus price target of only $6.75, I think there's the potential for much greater gains over the long term. That's mostly because this company has promising candidates for both Alzheimer's and bipolar disorder, two key diseases with very important end markets. For these key diseases, the company is proposing two lead candidate drugs, ALZ-001 and ALZN-002. AL001 is a patented combination of lithium, proline, and salicylate being studied for its potential to treat Alzheimer's, bipolar disorder, major depressive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. ALZN-002 might one day be used as a vaccine to restore patient immunological response to combat Alzheimer's. The company announced the initiation of Phase 1, Phase 2, trials of ALZN-002 in treating mild to moderate Alzheimer's dementia in early April. It takes cells from the patient and processes them outside the body to induce immunogenicity before reintroducing them into the patient's body. If the company can commercialize that process with FDA approval, it will make a lot of money for investors. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.